If you'd like to mute your mic, you're super welcome to do so. If you'd like to turn your video off, super welcome to do so. I think that's it. If you need me for anything, if, for example, you can't see me or can't hear me and I haven't quite caught on to that, feel free to just like frantically wave and I will be like, oh, something's happening. Okay, so let's start right out of the gate. So if you have a blanket, you're just going to sort of make it into like a little bit of a blanket sausage. So that was not a very good fold of my blanket. But you're just going to roll it up. So essentially what we're going to do is we're going to create like a little bit of a lip for ourselves so that as we go back in space, we have a little bit more access to extension through our upper body, which will feel nice, hopefully. So if we roll that guy up and then where you would, like if you were getting out the shower and wrapping a towel around your upper body, sort of around the base of your shoulder blades, that's where that blanket sausage is going to go. And then you're going to melt yourself over. If you'd like to open your arms back behind you, if that feels good, please feel free. You're welcome to bend your knees, plant your feet on the floor. And if you'd like to take a nice big breath in through the nose, you can. And exhale, sigh it out through your mouth. So what I'm hoping this achieves is a little bit of a back bend here for us. Not a huge one, but hopefully it feels nice through the opening of the chest. And then as we add on some ab work to this, it's going to give us a bit more range to work with as well. So taking, again, a nice big breath in through the nose here. Exhale, sigh it out through your mouth. And then one more time, inhaling it in. Exhaling it out. We're going to keep those feet planted. We're going to check in with our pelvis here. So you're not going to be in like the most neutral pelvis. I'd like you to think about like a tiny little bit of an imprint. So we're going to take our home base, our hip bone, pubic bone level arrangement. And as you breathe out, you're ever so slightly going to think about scooping the low belly back just a little bit, not like a full imprint, just like a little hint of an imprint. Release any tension you've created in your body as you breathe in. And then as you breathe out again, it's like a little baby scooper has come along to sort of scoop a little bit of a hole in your belly. Inhale to release it back. And then one more time as you breathe out, scoop through that pelvis and then pause. So again, my low back isn't pressing into the floor. It's just a little bit of a scoop. We're going to take our arms now, interlace our fingers and place our hands behind our heads. And if you were to open your elbows up again, I hope that feels like a bit of an opening through the collarbones for you. Keep your head heavy in your hands, lift your elbows up, take a breath in, and as you breathe out, nod your chin, curl your chest up and over your little blanket sausage as you take your first ab curl of the day. Or maybe this is not your first ab curl of the day. Maybe you've already done like 100 ab curls this morning. Inhale to lengthen back over your blanket sausage, and then exhale to nod your chin and curl it up. So taking it easy peasy for these first few and just checking in with a little bit of housekeeping notes. So the first thing is that we want to make sure that our head is staying really nice and heavy in our hands, that we're not trying to pull our head, neck, shoulders forward with force, that we're thinking about the movement happening because the rib cage is sliding down towards the outsides of the waist. Second little bit of business here is we're exhaling on the way out, and on the way up, your head changes. So when you're back, you look up at the ceiling. When you curl up, you're looking between your thighs or over the horizon of your knees. As you're continuing here, notice that little baby hint of a scoop through your low abdomen. We're going to keep that going. As that's working for you here, also notice the thighs. Can we keep the legs really nice and still? And as we're moving on to like 410 of these, maybe start to consider getting nice and light through your toes. Notice how that maybe changes the emphasis. Or sorry, nice and light through your feet, roll up to your toes would make more sense. Notice how that changes the emphasis of all of this home base work. And then if that's feeling good, you can maybe lift one leg, maybe lift two legs up towards a tabletop. Exhaling to curl it here. My voice is going to start shaking, so I'm going to bring my toes back down for 5. Inhale, take it back. Exhale to curl up for 4. Remember, there's that little hint of a baby ab curl or of a low ab curl here for 3 through the deep abdominal wall. For 2, as our upper body has our flexion here. Last one, you're going to curl up. You're going to hold. Wherever you are, can you inhale, go back just a little inch, like you kind of forgot what you were doing, and like you want to deepen your back of your ribs into your blanket sausage. And on your next breath out, curl up like you're trying to hover your upper body off of your blanket sausage. Inhale, deepen back in space, press into your blanket sausage. And then exhale, scoop your belly, curl up out of your blanket sausage. Inhale, go back, rest into your blanket sausage. And then exhale, curl it up. It just feels so funny to say blanket sausage. I love it. Exhale to curl. I'm shaking. 2 more. So as you're curling, can you dig deeper through that low belly, that space pubic bone to belly button? 1 more time. We're going to curl up. You're just going to curl up and you're going to hold here for 10, for 9. And as you hold, 8, can you keep softening your head into your hands? For 7, keep scooping the belly. 6, for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, last one. Bring your knees into your chest if that feels good. Lengthen your body back. Take a little breaky here. Nice inhale in through the nose. Exhale out through your mouth. Okay, let's plant those feet down again. Starting with a nice released pelvis. Hands can come behind your head. Now, if you have any shoulder stuff that doesn't feel good here, feel free to let those arms go. If curling up doesn't feel fantastic, you could just work with the legs lifted and just do the leg portion of what we're about to do. Hands come behind your head. Take that inhale. As you breathe out, little bit of an imprint, little bit of a scoop. Now we're really trying to find more awareness of the low back to the floor. Yeah, so it's a more full expression of what we just did. Keep scooping the low belly down. Now, even though you're in extension over the blanket sausage, can we feel like our rib cage is trying to draw down? Inhaling to be here. As we exhale, remember you're nice and scooped. You're going to curl your upper body up, looking in between those thighs. Now, again, the next part is up to you. If you would like to add legs, you can roll up to your toes. You could always lift your toes to hover, or you could lift up into a full tabletop here. Taking an inhale, you're going to stay up. As you breathe out, can you reach your right leg away from you? And as your right leg goes away, scoop deeper. Keep the leg pretty high. Inhale to pull the right leg in. As you breathe out, your left leg is reaching away from you. Inhale to pull left leg in. Exhale, right leg reaches away. So that's the leg portion. Now, if you would like to add the upper body, as you inhale, you go up and back over your blanket sausage, and then exhale, curl up to extend. Inhale, take it up and back over the blanket sausage. Exhale to curl up and extend. So that's the patterning here. Keep going. I'm going to talk about some home-based stuff. So we're adding a few things together. Now, with the recruitment of the legs reaching, can you look at the long leg, whatever leg is reaching, and look at your quad and like really, really super like, oh, zip up through those quadricep muscles, like you're literally pushing, you know, those leg presses. It's like you're doing a leg press. You also want to pay attention to what happens to your low belly, right? We want to make sure that your low backs don't pop off of the floor. We want to keep scooping with all of our might. Last little bit of business is we already know the housekeeping for our upper bodies. So just making sure your head stays nice and heavy in your hands. Can you do one more to each side, please? And then you're just going to hold everything at center. Once you're there, breathing in, breathing out. We're going to squeeze those legs together. Breathe in. As you breathe out, reach both legs out and away from you for 4. Inhale to pull them in. You could always relax down and just do the legs for 3. Now, can you imagine you're creating more space through the front of the thigh, front of the hip for 2 as the legs reach away. 1 more time, they're going to reach away. If you can hold it there, hold it for 10, 9. Now, your legs can stay pretty high, yeah? They don't have to go low. They could also be in a tabletop. For 3, for 2, for 1, bring them in. Give yourself a little zhuzh, a little break across that low back. Really nice job here, team. Big breath in through the nose. Big breath out through the mouth. Okay, planting your feet down. If you feel like you need to adjust your blanket sausage, please feel free. Maybe I'm not very crafty, but maybe I'll make a blanket that literally looks like a sausage and just use it next time. That would be pretty funny. Okay, hands behind your head. So remember your upper body is lengthened back and over your sausage. Releasing through that low belly, take your breath in. As you breathe out, if it works for you to take that little bit of an imprint or that full scoop of the belly, find whichever version works for you. And of course, if you need to stay level, stay level. Taking a breath in, you're looking up at the ceiling. As you breathe out, curling up and finding your ab curl. Is anybody else like, yep, okay, my abs, I feel them. They are here. That's what we're looking for, yeah? When you're ready, if it makes sense in your body, roll up to your toes, and then you're going to lift your legs up. Now, if you only want to lift one leg, only lift your Only lift your left leg. If you want to lift both of your legs, lift both of your legs. We're going to keep scooping. We're going to take our left hands and press them towards our right thigh. So if your right foot is on the floor, it might be a bit of a reach. If your right leg's in tabletop, you have a bit more room here. As you inhale, take your upper body back and over your blanket sausage. Then as you exhale, curl up and over and press into your right thigh with your left hand as you head your upper body over to the outside of the right knee. Yeah, so you're taking an oblique twist here. Inhale to lengthen it back. And then exhale, curl up and press. Good. Inhale up and back. Exhale to press. Now, if your left leg is lifted, as you curl up, option to add an extension of the left leg. Inhale up back. Exhale, curl up and press. So lots of little moving parts here. Super duper good for our brain. Your right leg could be in tabletop. It would just be holding there. Or your right toes can be on the floor. Exhale to curl up. Your left hand is finding its way toward the middle meaty part looking at you, side of your right thigh. And every time you curl up, you're pressing that hand into the thigh. Your left leg has the opportunity as you breathe out to extend away from you. If you don't want to add the curl, you don't have to. You could just hold yourself up in space, or you could be totally down in space. Yeah, so I know that those are lots of variations to play with, but please feel free to play. See what gives you the most bang for your buck here. No matter what you are doing, we're trying to keep that pelvis nice and still, scooping into that belly for 3. Inhale to pull it in, push that leg away for 2. One more time. Now, option to hold the left leg out or pull it in. Be where you need to be in order to stay where we are. Breathe in. As you breathe out, can you push a little more left hand to right thigh, curl up a little bit higher. We're going to pulse our upper body up to the right for 8, 7, 6. Trying to allow that right shoulder blade to not be resting on your blanket sausage. Last one, pull yourself down and back. Take a little break. Not too long, though. I just want to give you a little massage. When you're ready, finding your feet on the floor. Hands come behind your head. Taking your breath in to be here. Let's breathe out and just sigh it out. All right, starting with the pelvis, breathe it in. As you breathe out as much as makes sense in your body, you're scooping your low back towards the floor. Maybe it stays neutral, maybe it's a little baby imprint, maybe it's your full enchilada here. Hands behind your head as you breathe out, nod your chin, curl up, you're scooping, 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 and looking between the thighs. Now, if you would like to roll up to your toes, go ahead and do so to just check out the weight distribution. You can lift your legs up to a tabletop, or if you're just lifting one leg, just lift the right leg. Your right hand is going to come over and across to the middle part of your left thigh. So you have lots of crisscross applesauce happening here, which again is really good for our brain. Inhale, upper body starts the movement as it goes back. Exhale, we curl up and press right hand to left thigh. Use it as leverage to curl up higher. Inhale to lengthen back in space. Exhale to curl it up. So first sort of round of housekeeping here is that it's okay if your right hand loses your left thigh when you go back. I have really short arms. They definitely can't stay connected. But what we want to feel on the way up is that pushing of our hand through the thigh. And that hopefully gives you some leverage to curl up. Now that's also going to recruit into your psoas. So know that if you feel into your low back here, it's okay because we're turning muscles on unless it feels not okay in your body, right? Like, you are the agent of your body. When you're ready, if you'd like to add that right leg, as you breathe out, it reaches away from you. Inhale to pull in and back, and then exhale to curl up. Whenever I teach classes, my family sort of vacates to keep the house quiet, and they've been so sweet doing that through this whole period. But yesterday, my mom was home while I was teaching, and I came out of my room, and she was like, "You didn't stop talking that whole time." I was like, "I know." And she's like, "And you were doing it." And I was like, "Oh, I know." So know that I'm definitely feeling it with you here. Exhale, up and curl. And if any of this is not feeling great in your body, you're always welcome to pick and choose, right? You could always keep your body down and just do the legs. You could always stay curled and not add the extension. We're going for 3. Pressing left hand to right thigh. I'm shaking for 2. Exhale to reach. One more time. Now, your option to find somewhere to hold that makes sense for you. Breathe in through the nose. As you breathe out, can you maybe curl up, maybe push a little bit more right hand to left thigh? We're going to pulse up to the outside of that left knee for 8, for 7, for 6, for 5. You got it. 4, 3. Keep pushing your hand through your thigh. Last one, bring it all the way up and back. Little rock across the back of your low back if that feels good. Nice big breath in through the nose. And exhale it out. One more little bit of business here. We're definitely feeling our bellies, I hope, in a really spicy, worky outy kind of a way. Okay, let's keep our hands down for now. It's going to feel kind of awkward because you're in a bit of extension. And then we're going to add our extension. So breathe in through the nose. And as you breathe out, find that curl. When you're ready, one leg at a time is going to lift up to your tabletop. I'm going to start with both legs. And then if that's not an option, I'm going to give you an option. Ooh, so sorry. I thought my phone was turned off. Okay, so we're scooped. Our legs are in tabletop. Hollow through that belly. Take a breath in, and as you breathe out, can you reach both of your legs away from you? Inhale to pull those legs in. As you exhale, scoop through your belly, reach your legs away. Bring them in, and then exhale, they reach. Hands can come behind your head, and if you'd like to curl up, you can curl up, but you're just going to hold your ab curl. Inhale to pull legs in. Exhale to reach them away. So we've been here before, yeah? But we're just going to add on. So the lower that you go with those legs, the more work that it's going to be for your low bellies, yeah? And on your back. Now, as you reach your legs away, if you would like to add an oblique twist, you can come up and over to the left, legs go long. Do not lengthen back, just come to high center, and then exhale up and over to the right with your torso. Inhale, belly stays center, upper body stays flexed, and then exhale to reach. So you're not going back over your blanket sausage. You're staying upright. Pull yourself to center, and then twist the upper body over and around. Pull yourself into center. Upper body goes up and around. We're going for 4. Pull the legs in. We're going for 3. You got it here, team. Now, if you don't want to work the upper body, legs can stay down. You could also work just the upper body and keep the legs lowered, yeah? For 2. Pulling it in. Last one. All right, legs come in, take a breath in. Grand finale. You can reach those legs out any height that makes sense for you. They could be lowish, they could be mediumish, they could be highish. Can you curl up a little bit higher? And then if it makes sense, can you reach your arms up towards the ceiling? Keep your chin towards your chest for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring yourself in. Nice job. Give yourself a little rock across your backs, and then roll over to one side, slide your blanket sausage out, and let's come on to our bellies. Oh, toasty. Okay, all the way onto our bellies, please. Oh, this is going to feel good for a nice stretch through the abs. You're going to bring your hands fairly wide, so they're about mat distance. We're going to take our legs and open our legs up mat distance as well. And we're going to externally rotate them. So turn them out, knees are looking away from each other. Little bits of housekeeping to start here. Let's keep those legs super duper fired up. So our toe mounds, like our big toe mounds, are pressing, well, that's not a mound, that's a bunion if I'm being honest. So side of our big toes are pushing into the floor. Quads are zipped up, glutes are on, and we're trying to scoop our pelvis towards our pubic bone more so than our hip bones, yeah? Allow your torso to relax down. So your heads are going to touch down to the mat, but I'm going to keep my head up so that you can hear me, yeah? For your inhale, can you bring your shoulder blades onto your back? Now your elbows are pressing down, your fingertips are pressing down, and you're trying to hug your hands down towards your toes. They're not actually going to slide, but they're energetic here. Take another breath to start to let your nose nod forward as if you're rolling a little marble away. And then you're going to peel up only as high as you can go before your elbows lift off of the floor. So just lift up about as high as your chest can go. Stay here for a few breaths because we're going to do some housekeeping. So what I would like for you to still feel is that even though your chest is up, we're still trying to scoop towards our pubic bone. Even though we're lifted, we're trying to still slide our hands down and keep our shoulder blades drawing down our backs and in towards our spine, nice and wide across the tops of the shoulders. So you could, in theory, stay exactly as you are with your upper body and lift your hands to hover, and your torso is so supported muscularly regularly, it's staying where it is. Take one more breath in, and then as you breathe out, allow your torso to come all the way slowly back down to the mat. Take a little second at the bottom. Let your shoulders relax, let your head relax down. On your next breath in, let's roll the shoulder blades, push the floor down towards our toes, and let our heads roll forward. As you breathe out, we're gonna lengthen that upper body out and up, only so high as we can go without losing our elbows. Let's inhale to lift the hands just to do a quick little hover check. And then as we breathe out, lower back down to the floor. Take a breath in to be here. Take a breath out to be here. As we inhale, shoulder blades on our back, arms hug down, little nod nose forward. Starting to lengthen your torso out and up. It's like you're trying to beam your heart forward, going only as high as you can with your elbows still down. Take a breath in to lift the hands just to hover. See if you can keep your torso where it is. And then as you breathe out, lower yourself down. 2 more just like that. Stay at the bottom, breathe in. Stay at the bottom, breathe out to just sort of check in with your legs, your housekeeping. Inhale, shoulder blades roll on your back. Arms hug down, little head nod forward. As you breathe out, lengthen your chest out, up and forward as you find that little bit of extension here. Inhale, maybe lift your hands to hover off the floor, test your strength, and then exhale, melt yourself all the way down. One more time, breath in at the bottom, breath out at the bottom. Inhale, press the arms down and hug shoulder blades onto back, little head nod forward. Start to bring yourself out and up as you breathe out. Inhale to lift your hands to hover. Exhale to lower your hands down. Now pause. Can you keep yourself upright in space? Now, keeping all of the musculature of your upper body, can you maybe start to press yourself up a little bit higher? Now, full disclosure, if you're looking at me, I have a very bendy low back, so I can go quite high. However, you definitely do not have to go that high. You're only going as high as you can keep your shoulder blades off of your ears and your legs active. Take a breath in at your peak here and then gently lower yourself all the way down. That was a lot of things to think about. Don't worry, we're totally doing it again. Take a breath in at the bottom. Take a breath out at the bottom. Okay, inhale, shoulder blades on the back, arms hugging to toes, little head nod forward. Remember your legs are active. As you breathe out, go up just to that first home base where your elbows can hover to the floor or hug to the floor still. Let's lift the arms just to hover and then put the hands down, but keep your upper body active. Now, can you keep everything you're feeling in your upper body? Use your hands to help you as you start to press up. Now, as you get higher, your pelvis will tilt towards your hip bones for sure. Find your highest point, take a breath in, and then as you breathe out, start to pull yourself all the way down to the floor. So much work here through the whole extensor system of the back of your body. One more time. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale at the bottom. As we breathe in, shoulder blades on our back, hug hands to toes, little head nod forward. As we breathe out, lengthen up just as high as you can get to with your elbows still planted. Remember, we're wide across the shoulder blades. We're trying to really hug the shoulder blades onto our backs. Sorry, we're wide across our collarbones. Our shoulder blades are on our backs. Inhale to lift your hands just to hover and feel how much your back is working for you, and then place the hands down. Can you keep the activity through the top portion of your back as you start to lengthen yourself out and up? You don't have to go that high. Go only as high as makes sense for you. Inhale at the top here, and then exhale, peel yourself all the way down to the floor. Nice job. Give yourself a little break. Maybe when cheek finds the mat, maybe push yourself up and back into a bit of a shell stretch if that feels good. Whatever works for you. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. That is a lot of work through the whole posterior chain of your body because you can't see it. So we have to go for some work, and then we really, really brought it out there. Let's make our ways all the way back down onto our bellies again. And we're going to work through the back part of our legs. So you can let your hands now come down in front of you. So your hands are underneath your forehead. Maybe interlace your fingers. And then you're going to let your head come down. I'm going to keep my head up so that you can hear me. Legs are going to be parallel to start. And we're going to find all that lower body work. Yeah. So feeling the toenails pressing down, zipping into the ribs, feeling that work towards our pubic bone. Can you take a breath in, and as you breathe out, you're going to lift your right leg to hover just a little bit off the floor, just a little bit. Hold it there, imagine it getting longer, and then gently lower it down back to the floor. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, your left leg is going to reach out, your left leg is going to float up. It's not going to go that high. Take a breath in here, and then breathe out, lower it down. Inhale. As you breathe out, reach your right leg out and up. Think about little puppet strings at the smiley part of your bum cheek, and that's lifting you up. Breathe it in. Breathe out to lower it down. A few more like this. Inhale. As you lift out, you're nice and parallel right now, yeah? So notice the relationship. Keep moving through those legs. When you lift your leg off of the floor, and then when you put your leg back down, yeah? Notice if it's sort of turned out at all, working in a really nice true parallel here. Now, if this is going well, and you can keep your pubic bone to the floor, if you would like to bring your upper body up into a little bit of extension like I am here, you're more than welcome to do so. The little bit of housekeeping, though, is that you want to make sure your pubic bone stays down and your shoulders stay away from your ears. Okay, the next time your right leg lifts, you're going to hold it out there. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, your left leg is going to lift. Can you take those legs and open them away from each other? And then squeeze them to tap and close. Open those legs out and away from each other. And then exhale, squeeze to close. This is where it's easier if your head is down for sure. Exhale to squeeze and close. They're parallel, I know. Open it out. And then exhale, squeeze to close. We're going for 3. This is so much work through your pelvic stability. And your pelvic stabilizers are muscles that are wrapping around from your low back, that are crisscrossing in and out of your ball and socket joint, and then as well through your low abs. Inhale, open those legs out. Exhale, squeeze them in. Open those legs away and then pause. Can you again make sure that your quads are like super, like if someone were to come and poke your thigh right now, it would be rock solid. Your legs are open. You're going to slowly rotate them so that the knees look away from each other. Hold there. Take a breath in. Hold there, take a breath out. So your upper body is wherever you need it to be, down or up. Now your legs have opened wide. They're about mat distance apart. You're still scooping towards your pubic bone and your quads are zipped nice and tight. Both of your legs are hovered. You're going to inhale, lower just your left leg to tap the floor, and then exhale to lift it back up. Inhale, lower your right leg to tap down to the floor. Exhale to lift it up. Inhale, left leg lifts down or lowers to the floor. And then exhale to lift. Keep going here with this little tapping system. So the first time we were on the floor, we were parallel and both legs were down and then we were lifting up. This round, our legs are wide, they're externally rotated, and they start hovered. That being said, if your low back is like really hating this, lower both legs down and go back to picking one up at a time instead of holding both. I will let you know we are working on stabilizing again through that low back, right? That's why I said we were working pelvic stabilizers here. So know that if you're feeling stuff, as long as it's not like quote unquote bad, you're welcome to keep experiencing. One more to the left, lift it up. One more to the right, lift it up, pause. Can you take a breath in, and as you breathe out, squeeze the legs together so the inner seam of your pant line is trying to touch, and then open the legs slowly back out. Exhale, squeeze it in. Reach it out. Now your legs do not have to be high in order to get an experience from this. They could literally be skimming the floor if you needed to. You're still going to be working through those legs. Inhale to open them at distance. Exhale to squeeze them in. Every time your legs come together, can you like hold at 110% maximum capacity? Open them wide. Exhale to squeeze them in. We're going for 4. Exhale to squeeze. We're going for 3. Squeeze them in. We're going for 2. So much work here. One more time. We're going to squeeze those legs in. Can you open your legs out and away and then pause? If you need to give your low back a break, drop your left leg to the floor. Keep your right leg up. If you're happy where you are, both legs are hovered. We're going to circle our legs away in a circle for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go the other way. 8, 7. Now you could be doing this on one leg. For 4, which means you know we're doing it again. For 2, last one, pause. If you had one leg lifted, can you switch? Lower one leg and lift the opposite leg. Let's circle those legs again. For 8, coming right up in the middle of your hip socket. For 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, last one. Let's go the other way. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, One, gently lower down. Nice job. If you'd like to give one cheek to the mat, you can. Again, if you'd like to push up and back and take a shell stretch, you're welcome to do that as well. Breathing in here. Breathing out. And then let's bring ourselves all the way up. Whew, little boogie boogie in our hips. Okay, we're going to come up to kneeling. So if you would like to grab your blanket sausage and de-sausage it and make it more of a square, then you have a little bit of cushion for your knees. We're going to take our right leg out to the right. And so we're going to move into, I really love this combo of side work for the abs and side work for the legs. However, if your shoulders feel like not fabulous, then we're going to have options. We're going to start with a little bit of obliques though. So right leg is going to go nice and long. If you can you make sure that the right toes are pointing forward? It's going to be a huge amount of work on the ankle, but that's sort of the point, is to work in that range. Can we think about our glutes working for us to bring our pelvis forward? And we're just going to cross our arms across our chests. Inhale to be nice and tall. As you exhale, you're just going to I'm a little teapot your way over to the left. Take a breath in there and then push your right foot into the floor. Fire through the side of the body, bring yourself up. So this is going to be like the kind of calm version, and then we're going to pick it up. Inhale to I'm a little teapot over to the left. And then push your right foot into the floor. Think about your waist bringing you up in space. Inhale down and over. And then exhale it up. So can you, as we're keeping it calm, play a little bit with your range. See how far up and over. It's like there's a little balloon underneath your rib cage and you're trying to curve over the balloon. Push through that foot, bring yourself up again. And what I'm hoping you start to feel is that as you go further down, you have more range, more work to come up. So starting to build the intensity and the awareness here. Now you're going to think about that right side of your rib drawn down your waist to pull yourself up. Don't forget to press your foot into the floor. Don't forget that you're
Oh, she froze.
Hey, Dawn, you seem to be frozen.
For two. Sarah, are you talking to me?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're back again. You were frozen.
Sorry?
You were frozen.
Oh, okay. I'm not frozen anymore.
No, it seems to be going.
No.
It's just a bit low res, but it's good.
Let's do like 5 more then, since we froze. Let's go. Let's go for 3. Over and then up. Remember, you could add the arms if you wanted to. Lift it up. One more time. Now you're going to bring yourself up only halfway. So you're one long line through your leg, through your torso. Arms could be both up. One arm could be up, the one over top, or the one at the bottom. Over your chest, it's up to you for 5. Draw the ribs in for 4. Squeeze your glutes for 3. Push your foot for 2. Last one, bring yourself all the way up. Nice job. Whew. Now, if your wrists are feeling okay, you're going to I'm a little teapot all the way over to the left so that your left hand finds the floor. If this already feels like it's going to be a huge task for your shoulders and body, please feel free to come down onto your left forearm, or you could slide all the way down to rest on your left arm. Yeah, whatever feels good for you. So I'm a little teapotted over, which is quite a lot of work. Put the weight onto your left hand and your left leg. Your right leg is going to get really nice and light, and it's just going to float up hip height. You're going to inhale, lower the right toes down, and then exhale to lift them up. So little bits of housekeeping. Again, this might feel really not super fabulous in your torso. It is a pretty big side bend, yes? If that's the case, again, forearm, you could be resting up, or you could be all the way rested down. Now, your gaze does not have to be forward here. You can look down at your hand. That will do lots of really nice things to support your neck. Your left bum cheek is on. It's trying to push your left hip forward a little bit, and your right hip is rotated to stack on top. If your left hand is on the floor, you're pushing that left hand away to give you lots of beautiful space between your shoulder and your earlobe. Same thing if you're on your left forearm. Push the floor away, bring the left shoulder blade onto the back so that you're not scrunching up through the front of the collarbones here. Now I'm hoping your top bum cheek is like, yep, I've thought about all this housekeeping and I would like to not be doing this for very much longer. And that's what we want it to feel like. We're going for 3. All those little housekeeping notes, super important, especially that top hip. For 2, make sure it's trying to radiate forward. Last 1, you're going to lift up and hold. Flex your top foot. You're going to pull it in like you're doing a tuck jump. So it's hovered. It's coming to like 90 degrees in front of you. And then squeeze, push it out and back ever so slightly. Flex your foot. Pull your leg into your chest like you're doing a tuck jump. Point your toes if you'd like. Squeeze your bum. Reach it out. And then just behind you ever so slightly. Keep going here. Super important to make sure that top hip isn't spiraling open with you. It's this really gorgeous energy of that top hip trying to come forward as the top leg tries to go back. Is anyone else on fire? I'm shaking. Let's go for 4. Reach it out and back. You're always welcome to change your mind on your positioning here. Let's go for 2. Squeeze and reach. 1 more time. That top leg is going to reach back behind you and then hold it. Can we take the top leg, pulse it up on a backwards diagonal? 10, 9, 8. Ribs are in. 7. You've got it. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Bring it in. Woo! Give your bum a little massage. And then let's do the other side. So this time, your left leg is going to go out, and you're welcome to keep that blanket underneath your supported right knee. If you can, try to turn those left toes parallel to the back edge of your mat, or so they're pointing forward. And again, it is awkward. Like I don't feel comfortable doing it either, but it gives you some really great support through the inner line, your inner thigh of your leg. Whew, I'm like out of breath. As well as giving us some mobility check in our ankles, which is good. Up nice and tall, hands can come across your chest to start. We start calm and then we'll add on. So as you inhale, let yourself go over. It doesn't have to be that far to start. And then exhale, use the top side of your waist to pull yourself up. We know we have a few of these, yeah, so don't feel like you have to dive right into it. Pardon me, right out of the gate. What I would really like you to pay attention to is as you take your side bend, the weight in your long left leg. So as you go over, as you tip, keep pressing into that left leg. And then that top waist starts to pull you up. Remember, it's like there's a balloon at the edge of our waist here, so we're not crunching into ourselves. We're creating like a nice long rainbow. Now we've been here for a few, so I'm hoping we're ready to up the ante, yeah? It's your inhale that takes you over. Your exhale, it's the rib cage drawing down, the push of the long leg that brings you up. If you would like to up your ante, add the arm. And then exhale. You could add 2 arms if you wanted to. But as you add that load, check in with that supporting foot. It's there to support you. Duh, because I called it the supporting leg. Let's go for 3. The further to the right you go, for 2, the more upright you have to become. Okay, last one. Inhale over. You're going to come up only about halfway so that you're in line with your leg. Maybe you have 2 arms. Maybe you have 1 arm. Maybe your arms are across your chest. Squeeze through your glutes. Keep holding that reach for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring yourself all the way up. Nice job. You can give yourself a little boogie. Work out anything that needs working out. And then we're going to come all the way over onto that right hand. So same bit of business. If being on the right hand feels like a huge ask of your torso, that's a ton of side flexion. You can always come down onto forearm or all the way onto that right arm. Yeah, lots of options here. We are sending our weight into the right hand, into the right leg, so that that left leg can float up, hip height if you can, and then it taps back down to the floor. And then it lifts up. So little bits of housekeeping as we're here. We're trying not to collapse into that right arm. We want to keep pushing away and tone up. Squeeze the muscles in your arm as well. Yeah, that's going to be really great to support your joints. The leg that's lifting, that left hip is maybe going to want to roll back. So can we keep the left hip really, really stacked on top of the right? It's going to do exciting things for that top bum cheek. Your arm can be reaching up. Now your gaze is up to you again. I like a head down. I just feel like it's exactly what my neck needs personally. However, if you want to look forward or up, feel free. Also, if you've never like super thought about it, if you have a ponytail, where your ponytail is on your head will also, it's load, right? So it could also like be super uncomfortable. If you're like, sometimes it feels good, sometimes it doesn't. That's a consideration. Top bum, feeling spicy. Let's go for 3. Remember your side abs here. Let's go for 2. We just did a side plank. This is basically another side plank. Last one, lift and hold it. Now you're going to flex your foot, pull your knee in, but don't let it lower down. It's like it's skimming a pond. Stick your bum out, squeeze your glute. That leg reaches long and just a little bit back behind you. Inhale, flex your leg, pull it in. Point through your toe, exhale, reach that leg back. Now, as you're working here, keep pushing the floor away, whether you're on your hand, whether you're on your forearm, whether you're lying down. Pull the leg in. It's trying to be as parallel as possible, and then reach it back. As that back leg goes back, make sure that top hip doesn't roll with it. It's nice and parallel. I'm so dying too. Holy moly. Let's go for 3. We can do it. We can all do it together. Let's go for 2. Back behind you. One more time. Keep reaching through that arm and leg. Take the leg back. It goes up for 10, 9, 8. Push the floor away. 7. Squeeze your arm muscles. 6. Reach it up. 5. You've got it. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it in. Woo! If you need to grab your blanket, go for it, because let's sit up tall. Let's just crisscross our legs for a hot secco. Let's put our right leg, I lied. Let's put our left leg in front. And then, nope, I was right the first time. Right leg in front. Both of my hips are just like, Argh! So right leg in front, and let's melt it forward. Whew. Breathing in. Breathe it out. And then let's walk the hands up. I don't want to stay here too long, and then cross to the other side. So know that your left glute has had less time to relax than your right glute. So when you tip forward, if it feels like extra tight, it's because we just worked it. Yeah, it hasn't had as much time to sort of like get over the shock. Inhaling here and exhaling here. And then gently, let's bring ourselves all the way up. Give our legs a little wiggle. Okay. If you still have your blanket sausage, you can sort of like, however you need to manipulate it, we're going to hold on to it. So I'm going to make it a little bit longer than it was at the beginning of our time together. So it's a little bit more like this. If you have a hand towel, it'll do the same thing. Just something to hold on to as we work. Yes? And you can also fold your mat up for your knees, all of those things. So even though when you hold on to your blanket sausage or your like makeshift band, when you hold it out, your palms are going to face down. Can you keep holding on to it and just turn it in? So it'll kind of look like this kind of a shape. Yeah. So instead of our palms being down, just turn your fists so that your knuckles are pointing into each other. You're going to pull your elbows in beside you. So my knuckles are pointing forward. My palms are facing into each other. And then exhale, I'm going to reach those arms out. Inhale to squeeze the arms in. And then exhale to reach them out. So the reason why we're holding on to something here is it closes the chain of our musculature. If we were to drop it, it would be called an open chain movement, but keeping something between our hands makes it a closed chain. And now what I would like you to do as those arms reach forward is I would like you to squeeze your muscles as much as you can. Give them a real good squeeze. They reach out and it's like, oh, if someone were to come and poke your arms all the way along, your biceps would be at 110%, your triceps would be at 110%, even your forearms here would be like, yes, I'm working super hard. Reach it forward. We're going for 5. We're going for 4. Reach it out. We're going for 3. We're going for 2. One more time, you're gonna reach those arms out and then you're gonna pause. So definitely not higher than shoulder height. If you need to, they can go a little bit below shoulder height. You're squeezing those arm muscles nice and tight. Now, without bending your elbows, can you reach the arms forward a little bit extra? So they're like really protracting, really reaching forward, the arms are squeezing. And then can you keep the arms squeezing? Can you slide your shoulder blades down your back so your arms slowly drift down in space, but your arms are still squeezing? Shoulder blades on your back are gonna squeeze towards your spine like they wanna give your spine a snuggle. Your shoulder blades are gonna snuggle all the way up your spine so your shoulders start to lift, your arms lift with them, and then they're gonna circle up and around so that you finish reaching forward again. Where shoulder blades open and slide down our backs as much as you can. That's called depression. Then they're gonna squeeze together, retract. They're gonna slide up your spine, and then shoulder blades circle up and forward so you can reach the arms. They go down in space. Oh, I know, this is crazy, crazy. And then they squeeze together towards your spine. They lift up. So the whole action, even though you can see it in my arms, is actually happening behind me. Keep squeezing the arms though. Take the arms forward and down. They circle down and then they hug towards your spine. They squeeze up your spine. And then the arms reach forward, drop it down, give it a little break. Whew. Little shaky shake. Okay, we're gonna do that again. So you're welcome to give everything a little wiggle out. And then when you're ready, the elbows are hugging in, the arms are rotated, so the palms are looking in towards each other and you're still holding onto your blanket or whatever it is you're using. A scarf would be good, a hand towel. All right, inhale, our arms are facing in. As we breathe out, let's reach those arms forward, squeeze your muscles. We're going for 8, inhale to pull them in. Exhale, squeeze your arm muscles as you reach the arms forward, 7, inhale in. Exhale, reach it forward, 6, inhale. Exhale, reach it forward, squeeze it, 5. Pull the arms in, reach them out for 4. And remember, every time your arms reach out, you're squeezing the muscles. Let's keep the ribs in, let's keep the glutes on. Let's go for 2. One more time, reach the arms forward and pause. We're gonna reverse our circle. So squeeze your arms, squeeze your arms, squeeze your arms. It's like you could crush your blanket in your hands. This time, your shoulder blades are gonna lift up, and because your shoulder blades lift up, your arms come with you. Your shoulder blades are gonna circle down and around and snuggle up at the top part of your spine, and then snuggle their way all the way down your spine as low as they can go. They eventually find their bottommost point. They circle and end up reaching forward. They're low. Your shoulder blades open and slide up towards your ears. At the top, they reach up and over and snuggle to the top part of your spine, and then squeeze down your spine as they go. Circling it around. Squeeze into the arms the whole time you're doing this. And remember, even though we can see the movement being reflected in our arms, it's actually initiating from your shoulder blades behind you, squeezing into those arms. This is so amazing for working on mobility of our shoulder girdle, of working through our scapula mobility, which if you're getting a lot of head and neck tension, we want there to be even recruitment here. Up and over. When I first started doing this, I had like no range. One more time. Reach forward, around, lift it up, squeeze those arms, squeeze those arms, squeeze those arms. Take it back, drop it down. Nice job. Give your arms a little zhuzh. A little shaky shake. All right. Last little bit of business. You can ditch your blanket sausage. We're going to flip over onto our backs. I'm going to flip this way so you can hear me. My favorite tricep exercise. We do it so often. Let's bend our knees, plant our feet on the floor. Take the arms, reach them up. Now I'm hoping because we just mobilized our shoulders that this feels like a very, not easy, but accessible movement for us. Let's take the arms, reach them up towards the ceiling. Let's take our palms, they face in towards each other, and then they're going to rotate all the way around so they look behind us. You can make your hands into fists if you would like to. Keep the heel of the hand reaching behind you and flick your wrists away so the heel of your hand is really exposed. The inner part of your wrist is trying to be exposed backwards. Squeeze into the muscles of your arms. Take the arms back until your biceps are closest to your ears and make sure your wrists didn't drop. Keep showing off the inside portion of your wrist. As you inhale, bend through those elbows as if the heel of your hand could tap first, and then exhale to reach it up. Inhale, bending down as if the heel of the hand could tap first, and then exhale, reach it up and squeeze. And the whole time you're working here, we want to feel tricep. Now, I personally, when I did an into fist, it started doing weird things in my wrist. So if you want to open your hands up, you can. If you want to adjust, if you're finding that maybe you just need to keep your palms facing each other for more tricep, feel free. But the further back, oh, my shoulders, the further back your arms go, the more tricepy it's going to get. Let's go for 8. Squeeze and reach. Let's go for 7. Those elbows are hugging in towards each other as if they're squeezing a hoop. For 5. Oh my gosh, is anyone else dying? I'm dying. Let's go for 4. I shouldn't say that actually. We're all alive and well. For 3, it's just very hard. For 2. Last one, lift it all the way up, bring the arms in, give your arms a little shaky shake. Let's give our legs a little windshield wiper here. We're just gonna take a little twist. So legs can go side to side. And then if you'd like to bring them in nice and close to you and then take those legs over to the left, you're welcome to. Right arm can reach up behind you or out to the side, and then gaze can go to the right if you'd like. Taking a breath in here. Taking a breath out. Taking your breath in. Taking your breath out. When you're ready, bring those legs all the way back up to center. Little zhuzh across your low backs. And then let's go the other way. So the legs will go over to the right. Left arm can open beside you. Left arm can come up overhead. Breathing it in. Breathing out. And then however you'd like to make your way up to seated, please feel free to do so. It could be grabbing the back of a leg. It could be turning all the way over onto one side, whatever feels good for you. And then if it feels good to stay upright, we're just going to cross our right ankle over our left knee, which I know is a huge mobility ask. You could also fold forward again over the right, or you could also be on your back as we go in for a figure 4. But if it feels okay to be up, you're going to be up. And then you're just going to tip side to side a little more upright. Being up is also giving us an opportunity to open through our chest a little bit more, which I really like. And as you're tipping back and forth here, instead of letting it be a fairly passive experience, can we really hug the right ankle to the left thigh and like really use that as leverage to open up the right leg? Little tippity tip. And then bring yourself back, let go of that right leg if you need to come off your shoulders and arms. Feel free to give them a little shakety shake. And then we'll go the other way. So left ankle will cross over. So you could be seated cross-legged and fold forward over the left leg. You could be on your back here. But again, trying to make this active, not a passive thing. Hugging your left ankle to right thigh, opening that left thigh out. Ooh. Little massage. Breathing, breathing. And then let's take that left leg, release it, give it a little shake, shake. Bring yourself all the way up. Can you inhale, give yourself a nice reach up overhead. As you breathe out, let's lower the right hand, take a side bend over to the right. Inhale yourself all the way up and then side bend over to the left. Inhale yourself up, give yourself a nice big stretch. And then as you breathe out, let your hands come down, give yourself a squeeze. As always, thank you so, so much for having me. It really is such a pleasure. Happy long weekend. Happy Canada Day for next week. And I'll see you soon.
Bye. Thank you.